I never thought a single phone call could make me question everything I believed about myself, but that's exactly what happened on a rainy Tuesday afternoon. The rescue coordinator's voice was shaking when she said, "We have a pit bull puppy. He's in really bad shape. Multiple health issues. Nobody wants him. You're our last hope." My hands went cold. A pit bull, the breed everyone crosses the street to avoid, the breed landlords say no to, the breed that makes people clutch their purses tighter. And this one was sick, really sick. Everything logical in my brain screamed no, but my heart whispered something different. They sent me a photo, and I wish I could tell you I stayed strong. I didn't. I broke down completely. This tiny brindle puppy, maybe 8 weeks old, with ribs showing through his dull coat, skin infections covering his body, and eyes that looked like they'd already given up on the world. His paws were swollen. His ears were infected. He had mange so severe that patches of fur were just gone. The rescue told me he'd been found in a dumpster behind a gas station, left there to die because someone decided his life wasn't worth the vet bills. How do you process that kind of cruelty? And if you're still watching but haven't subscribed yet, that honestly breaks my heart. This little fighter and so many others like him need people who care. Just one click and you're part of these rescue journeys. We need you. I'd love to sit here and tell you I immediately said yes, that I rushed to save him without hesitation, but I didn't. I sat with that photo for 2 hours, crying, pacing, making lists of all the reasons this was a terrible idea. I'd never had a pit bull. I'd never dealt with serious medical issues in a dog. What if I couldn't afford the treatment? What if he was aggressive because of his trauma? What if I failed him the way everyone else had? But here's what kept pulling me back to that photo. Those eyes. Despite everything he'd been through, despite the pain he was clearly in, there was still a tiny spark of hope buried in there. Like he was waiting for just one person to prove that the world wasn't completely cruel. And I couldn't stop thinking, what if I'm supposed to be that person? What if this puppy crossed my path for a reason? I called the rescue back. My voice was barely steady when I said, "I'll take him." The coordinator actually cried. She told me later that she'd called 47 people before me. 47 people who said no to this puppy because he came with complications. I named him before I even picked him up. Rocky. Because if this little fighter could survive being thrown away like garbage, he deserved a name that matched his strength. The first time I held Rocky, I understood why everyone had said no. He smelled like infection and neglect. His skin was rough and scabby under my fingers. He was so weak he couldn't even lift his head properly. The vet visit that same day lasted 3 hours. Severe mange, staph infection, ear infections in both ears, intestinal parasites, malnutrition, possible bone development issues from early starvation. The treatment plan was overwhelming. Multiple medications, medicated baths 3 times a week, special food, follow-up appointments every 2 weeks. The vet looked at me with genuine concern and asked, "Are you sure you can handle this?" I wasn't sure, not even a little bit. But I looked down at Rocky sleeping in my lap, this tiny pit bull puppy who'd been given every reason to hate humans, and he was trusting me completely. How could I give up on him now? The first month was absolutely brutal. Rocky would wake up scratching until he bled because the mange was so itchy. I'd wrap his paws in soft bandages at night to protect his skin. The medicated baths made him cry, these heartbreaking little whimpers that made me cry right along with him. He couldn't play like normal puppies because he was too weak. Some days he barely had energy to eat. I slept on the floor next to his bed because I was terrified he'd stop breathing in the night. People's reactions didn't help. When I posted about Rocky on social media, the comments were vicious. Why would you rescue a pit bull? That breed is dangerous. You're wasting money on a dog that's probably aggressive. Pit bulls should be banned. Every cruel comment felt like a knife. But then I'd look at Rocky, this gentle baby who just wanted to be loved, and I realized those people had no idea what they were talking about. Week 6. Something shifted. Rocky started playing. Actually playing. He grabbed a rope toy and shook it. This pure moment of puppy joy that made me sob happy tears. His fur was growing back, soft and shiny. The infections were clearing. He was gaining weight. He started greeting me at the door with full body wiggles. his entire back end moving because his tail wasn't enough to express his happiness. This supposedly dangerous pit bull was turning into the sweetest, most gentle soul I'd ever known. The transformation wasn't just physical. Rocky became my shadow, following me room to room, always wanting to be close. He learned commands faster than any dog I'd trained before. Sit, stay, down, paw. He was desperate to please, desperate to show that he was worthy of being kept. It broke my heart that he felt he had to prove his value, but it also showed me the incredible spirit of this breed that everyone judges so harshly. Month 3. Rocky met other dogs for the first time at a park. I was terrified. Everyone warns you about pit bulls and aggression, and Rocky had been through so much trauma. What if he lashed out? What if he proved all those stereotypes right? But you know what happened? He played. Gentle, appropriate, happy play with a golden retriever 3 times his size. He was careful, almost intuitive about the other dog's boundaries. The golden's owner came over, shocked. "I've never seen a pit bull be that gentle," she said. And that's when I realized how much damage breed prejudice does. People see the breed before they see the dog. By month 6, Rocky was completely unrecognizable from that sick puppy in the photo. His coat gleamed, his eyes sparkled, he'd gained healthy weight and muscle. But more than that, his personality exploded. He became the goofiest, most affectionate dog imaginable. He'd bring me toys and prance around like he'd won the lottery. He'd sleep on his back, legs in the air, completely vulnerable and trusting. He'd give these pit bulls smiles, that wide grinning expression that people who don't know the breed find scary, but is actually pure happiness. The best part? Watching Rocky help change minds. My neighbor, who clutched her purse when she first saw him, now asks if he can come over to play with her kids. He's so gentle with them, letting toddlers pull his ears and climb on him without a single complaint. My friend, who swore she'd never trust a pit bull, now volunteers at a pit bull rescue because Rocky showed her what the breed really is. Every person who meets Rocky walks away saying the same thing. I never knew pit bulls could be like this. Here's what nobody tells you about rescuing the dog everyone else rejected. It changes you fundamentally. Rocky didn't just get a second chance at life. I got a second chance at understanding what unconditional love really means. This dog, who had every reason to be aggressive, fearful, and broken, chose trust instead, chose love instead, chose forgiveness instead. If that's not inspiration, I don't know what is. So here's my question for you, and I really want you to think about this. Would you judge a book by its cover, or would you take time to read the story inside? Drop your answer in the comments, because this conversation matters. And if these kinds of transformations touch your heart, hit that subscribe button. Stories like Rocky's deserve to be heard.